wanted to talk a little bit about how to properly replace one of the rotary power switches you're likely to come across on one of the UNIC Classic or Mira Aroma lines. You might come across this on an Aura or even a 22 or 24 if you find yourself working on one of those. Importantly, what I'll get to here, it is vital to remember not to throw away the old switch until the new one is installed and you verify that everything is working. And I'm going to show you why. We've got some jumpers on this, and we'll start. I've got one pulled out just so it's easier to see. This is a 3-position switch, right? So it's going to be in the machine. This will be off at position 0, and then you can click it once to position 1, and that will activate all of the accessories, power the thing up, let the boiler fill. The buttons will become responsive. Everything will act as if this machine is fully functional except for heat. The heat circuit doesn't actually engage until you come all the way to number 2. Now, this switch from the box is an either-or switch. You can either have it off, or you can activate a bunch of stuff on number 1, or activate a bunch of stuff on number 2. And we need it to be activating 1 and 2 at the same time. So there are some jumpers on here, and these jumpers, the reason I'm making this video, are not available as a spare part. So if you take out a bad switch and throw it away and get a new one and put it in, you've got a switch installed that's not going to work the machine, and you've lost the parts you need to make it go. So to talk about the jumpers, because they're not a spare part, I don't actually have one that I can show. However, I've kind of mocked one up with a strip of foil. They look really close to this, just a little tab of sheet metal with a hole on either end for a screw. And what they would do is they would just lay across kind of like this, and you would screw it in with the terminals, and they'd be connected in tandem there. If you happen to lose the ones that came on the original strip, you're going to have to fab something up. You're going to have to create something more like a homemade jumper like this, that you'll be able to do that. But where do you put it? So this switch came out of a Classic, so they've made some improvements to the way they do this, kind of eliminating the need for this video in a way, but not for older stuff. The new harness has some jumpers kind of already pre-built in. So hook up your white and it jumps across. Same with the black, jumps across. So you don't have to worry so much about the jumpers if it's new, but if you're working on something older, this is a fairly common problem that I get questions about. So in your wiring here, if we go straight to where you put said jumpers, our white line is going from number 2 to, if we can see this here, to N, right here. And our black is going from 3 to 1. So that's kind of the short answer there on where you're going to want your jumpers to go. If you didn't have them, you just disconnect both of these. You'd slap that guy right there and bolt it in, and you would be good to go. So it's not too hard when you know, but if you don't know, and if you accidentally throw the old one away, that can be a problem. Also, something to note is this tip, the knob that actually turns it, comes with the switch and is also not available separately. So very unfortunately, if somebody loses or breaks the knob, that does require the replacement of the entire switch, or you might run into this. So you can see the switch has the boot. Normally it's all completely covered up underneath the grain tray, and you can't see any of this. I took it apart just to make this easy to show, but it'll all be covered up in here. Everything's underneath. A little more water resistant there, but that in the quick nutshell is how you're going to wire up one of these rotary switches so it actually works for you.